Hello and good day everybody. JJ Edwards here with another tape reading and live execution. First and foremost, let's look at our statement. Well, today is March 22nd right here. As you can see, we don't have any trades now. Last day we closed, which was Tuesday, we closed with $8,400. Now in a few minutes, I will go through the tape reading. But before I go there, I want to show you my setup and how I utilize a test platform, indicators, and other stuff, especially the volume profile. Here we are. We're looking at Nasdaq 1-minute chart. Over here on default, I have the Bollinger Band indicator on my chart. I also have the DOM level heat map. That's the yellow lines that you see on the chart. These heat map shows where the pending orders or sell limit or the liquidities rest. First and foremost, I always use fixed volume profile right there, and I would like to set it for today, which is current day. I extend the lines to see the value area high, point of control, and the value area low. So the value area high, if the price is above the value area high, that means VAH. In this case, that's $26,912 is the support. Point of control is where the most trades were executed during the day, and the value area low is where has the lowest participants for the day. That means sellers were not interested to sell cheaper than $26,784. The setup is very simple. I use Bollinger Band for overbought, oversold, and also identify the trend. I also use the median line for market structure shift, but of course I use price action, trend lines, and fair value gaps in my favor. So Nasdaq is in above the all-time highs. It had a very big extent today. Today on live, I went short at the highs. Now that I am recording this, it's during a morning session. As for the time, it's 11, so 1 hour to lunchtime. We can have some time, but I had one of my viewers asking about the plans and the programs of the Attest platform. I want you to know I am not an affiliate to Attest platform. There is no subscription link or affiliate link in the description. I don't do that. But the price to add your feed, which is Nasdaq feed from CME Group or DX feed, as over here you can see continuous Nasdaq, and the chart is powered by DX feed. So you should go to DX feed website to purchase this. They have the minimum plan to buy the Nasdaq or these indices feed is around $40 a month, and to have it added to your Attest platform, that's another 60 euros. So minimum amount we are looking at $100 or $110 a month. It's not cheap, but that's how we can find and understand the footprints of institutions. All right, Nasdaq is now below the value. It's above the value area high. We took out this liquidity. We have a tail still above that. Look at the volume profile. We have a ton of volume came to the market in here. All right, my eyes are on these 3 order blocks. These are trap sellers. We just tail into this. Do you see that? These 3 candles in here. I'm talking about these 3 candles. They are trapped. Some people, they call these trap sellers as order block. I say what it is. They are trap sellers. That means if the price returns below this level, they can't close their orders. And once they close their orders, there are no stop losses at the highs. Let me check. We have one fair value gap in here. So first and foremost, let's wait for this fair value gap to close a bit higher. There it is. This is the order block. We have one tiny gap in here. I would like to mark that and use that to go long on Nasdaq. So my plan is backed by this big amount of buys that exist at this price range. Now we closed above it. We are at 1 minute chart. So here I would like to add 2 contracts to my trades. 2 contracts, I want to set it right at on the top of this gap, this fair value gap. And once my trade is active, I will move this stop to the lows. And then I would like to target the all-time high. Allow me to explain this trade one more time. The Bollinger Band is squeezing. We are in an uptrend back to this trap sellers area. The price had a tail. Now we have one big bullish move, inverted this fair value gap. I want to enter in discount slightly or at the same price. Once this trade is active, I will move this stop to wherever the Bollinger Band, lower Bollinger Band is, which is slightly above the recent low. Let's look at the cumulative volume delta. Still buyers exist in the market. That makes the market still bullish. There are no divergence yet. So we should wait and see. So I hope I answered your inquiry. Archamoon 1275. He asked, nice video and good explanation. Really loved it. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for watching my video. I love what I do. I love teaching and I also love trading. And then you ask, and I would be happy if you could make a video on what charting platform you use. The charting platform is Atas. I'm not an affiliate or IB or any partnership with Atas. I'm using Atas because it's more simpler to use. This platform, unfortunately, they are expensive. As I mentioned earlier in the video, it would cost around $40 minimum a month. I'm sorry, 60 euros. If you could make a video on what charting platform you use and how to set up charting like you have. Thanks in advance and wish you all the best. I wish you all the best too, Archamoon. Thank you for your kind message. The order is filled. I move the stop to $806. I will move this profit to the all-time high, $1,700. So that's the setup. All right, the charting platform is Atas. This Atas platform, once you have the premium subscription, you can access big trades where it shows where the big trade, more than 100 contracts are placed on the chart. Those informations are very, very valuable for scalpers, but not a scalper like me. I cannot use those because the market moves very fast. The only thing I am very, very much relied on is the volume profile, where I utilize the area high, value area low, and point of control. The other thing I like to utilize is the dynamic level. The yellow line is a dynamic level. The dynamic level is showing the point of control every time it changes. That means the point of control was in here, earlier was down here and down here. As you can see, as volume point of control changes, it provides support to the price. And every time it also shows the value, that how much it increased. We started the day with 100 or 200 contracts, and then we ended up the point of control at 26,835 with 1,020 contracts. When the price is above the point of control, the market is bullish. When the price is below the point of control, the market is bearish. It works like the super trend indicator, but super trend is a lagging indicator. It's not based on volume, but the dynamic level does the same job as the volume profile. It shows the current point of control plus the history of the point of control. That's why it's valuable. It also shows the history. All right, we are in this trade. You see that the value area high is at this price. Let's remove the Bollinger Band for a less cluster chart. at the highs, what do I have at the highs? If I look at the heat map at the highs, you can see that we'll still have liquidity, people who want to sell at $27,000 and 33. But I will be content with the current trade. I explain again, the price returned to these trap sellers. It took the low of this candle, inverted this fair value gap. I entered on a retrace, targeting all-time highs one more time. That's the low that the price tailed into it. I hope my answer was sufficient, Mr. Archamun or Mrs. Archamun. I don't know if it's a female or a male name. But anybody, if you have any questions about what I do, feel free to write a comment and I will answer it in the next episode, or when I am online trading Nasdaq futures during New York session, the morning session. You guys are more than welcome to visit me on chat and ask anything you want. We are having uptick in momentum. Let's mark these highs. I can adjust my profit a little bit higher. The indicators I use are Bollinger Bands, volume profile, dynamic volume profile, and heat map. I don't use heat map all the time, but today, because we are in all-time high, I have utilized it. I don't use heat map because it is adding a lot of lines to the chart and it confuses me sometimes. We are having a new lower high, or if you want to compare it with this low, it's a new high. Now that we have a new high, we can consider these two red candles and this one as trap sellers, and we can move our stop to break even. The volume is thin at the highs, making this liquidity and this high very fragile. I would like to move my stop a bit higher to secure more profit. Secured $400 at 26,972. The volume is making a new high. The price hasn't made a new high. There is a divergence between these two, between the cumulative volume delta and the price. I don't like that. However, sometimes this divergence, the price catches the cumulative volume delta, and sometimes it results in a reversal. However, the price is way high above this level, and we almost inverted this gap again. You see that? We inverted this gap. And now, once that happens, there's a very high probability for the price to make a new high, or at least tick into it or wick into it. Almost there, just a few ticks, and yes, we secured that profit. Let's look at today's statistics. Here we are. Today's Wednesday, March 22. One trade, $1,700 on the main account. Well, thank you guys for watching this short tape reading. I will see you tomorrow in a new one. Until then, stay observant and stay safe. Thank you for your support and for your lovely comments. Have a good day and goodbye.